Welcome to Industrial PLC Applications. This video is on Connected Components Workbench, our first program. It is step 4, creating a run of logic. This video is step 4 of 5 in the series.
Alright, so we've created our first program. We've got a couple runs of logic. Now we want to do some advice I gave my son many years ago: save early and save often. Now there's two things to keep in mind when it comes to saving. One, are you saving it for yourself? Or two, are you saving it for someone else? It kind of seems like a strange question, but it is a large difference. And if you save it, nobody else but you can open it. And if you want it for somebody else, you have to archive it. So we have our program here. And I'm going to do both a save and I'm going to do a archive. So you simply go to File, and to save it, you have Save, or if you want to save it somewhere else than the normal spot, then you're going to hit Save Project As. And this is a copy. So what I want to do is I just want to put this in a place where I know it's going to be, just because I don't want to go looking for it later. So I'm going to stick this in my documents, and I'll just put it right under documents. So there you're putting that on my OneDrive, and you've got to watch that. I'm not a fan of OneDrive. Every time I've used OneDrive, I go to get the files and they go, oh yeah, no, I'm sorry, you can't have that. Okay, I'm going to find it somewhere else because I do not like what they like doing here. Okay, I'm just going to put it into that directory. Good. In order to find that, I'm going to hit OK. And now what I'm going to do is the exact same thing, only this time I'm going to export it. So I'm going to say, where do I want to export this? And I'm going to save it to the same spot. And notice that the file is now changed to a CCW ARC file. And it takes a little bit longer. In the meantime, I'm going to go and find that other file. Used to be really easy, but Windows and everybody on their cousin wants to hide things. Okay, so when I saved it, you can see there's my ARC file. So somewhere in here there should be a file folder, and there it is, Busted Bakery. So that ARC file is a compressed file. Let's open up the Busted Bakery, and it has a couple of further folders, including the backup zip. If you open them up, you're going to get all of these libraries and logical values, and this is the CSV, comma, separated value, the processor, all the model information, all buried inside. Now, when you save the file to this computer, if it was my file only and I was the only person working on it, then there's nothing wrong with saving it. See, if you know where you put it, you can just open it up and you click on that, and this file here, this CCWSLN, I call it the SLN file, that file is quite small, and all it does is it opens up the controller, opens up the SPI list persistent folders, and it grabs all the information it needs about the controller because it's on the host PC. But if you're trying to import it, say, oh, I don't know, a professor who needs to look at your work, I cannot open up your work on my computer. It will have no association. It has no idea. So In that case, I'm going to close this and I'm going to say, okay, let's import a project. Down here, notice it automatically has as its default search function the CCW ARC. If I go to this, I'm going to find no file. It's not going to suggest anything because it's looking for an ARC file. So when I scroll down, there's my Busted Bakery, and I go open, and if it finds it on the host computer, it's not going to say much, but for in new imports, if I import one of your files, what's going to happen is it says, well, I don't have any file folders, and it creates those file folders. It opens up the ARC file and grabs all the information you need. So when you go to do a project from Slate, what you'll be doing is you will be importing a project, and again, it's going to ask you where to go and look. So I'm just going to go to here where I've got a whole bunch of CCW files saved, and let's just take Great as Mists. Oh, I gotta go down further. Silly rabbit. Okay, timers and counters, that'll work. So the project was up to date with the current version. It was created in directory, blah blah blah. That says okay. And you can see it's starting to unpack it, decompress it, as it were. And once it's done, everything's ready to go, and it tells it whether it was successful or not. Now here's the other part that's really important. Up here in the help, you need to click on it, and when you go to save and export your work, verify whether it's version 21 or version 22. It makes no difference to me, but if you don't put that in your name of which version, I'm assuming 21, and all of a sudden I got to get the other laptop and I've got it's a nuisance. So when you save your project, it's not written up in the write-ups, and this only came about when the last time they did some imaging. Just put V21 or V22 so I know what the difference is. And that's all there is to saving and exporting and importing Connective Component Workbench programs and projects.
Our next video will be step 4, creating a rung of logic. Thank you for watching.